Hi everyone, I'm Mark from Travelshorts. This is my daughter Holly, and welcome to the second day of our China adventure here in Chengdu. We have a very early start this morning. It's 6:30 because we're going to go to the Chengdu Panda base, which is probably the most popular attraction here in Chengdu. So we're here, we're getting breakfast. I've got a plate full of rice, spring rolls and noodles. Holly's got some bacon and sausages. We're going to eat this really quickly, and then we're going to go back out to our room, get ready, and then meet our group at 7:30 at reception. We have finished our breakfast. We've come back to our hotel room. We're just relaxing here for about 10 minutes, then we're going to head back downstairs, like I said, and meet the rest of our group. You might have noticed right at the beginning of this video, it said sponsored by Pandaville. Pandaville specialises in bespoke family group travels to here in China. They've got a great network, especially in Chengdu, and they really know their stuff. They organise our flights, our accommodation, our activities, and all our transport here as well. Like I said, we're about to go down in a few minutes and we'll meet the rest of the group. Then we're going to head to the Panda research base, which we can actually see out of our hotel window. So that tower over there, I think it's just by there, that's in the Panda research base. So this is the Crowne Plaza Panda Garden. It's right on the outskirts of the Panda research base. Yeah, Holly's pointing to it as well, that tower over there. We did come here 2 years ago to the Panda research base, and that tower was closed at the time, so we weren't able to go to the top of it. Fingers crossed it's going to be open today and we can finally go to the top of that tower. So we have just arrived at the Chengdu Panda base. We've come here in two groups, so we were in the lead group. The second part of the group will be joining us shortly. We're just waiting for the car now, so we came up that road. The way into the Panda base is just up by there. There's some pandas over there, well, big statues of pandas over there. And then the way into get into the base itself is just by there. And to get in, even if you pre-book tickets, you do need to show your passport. So your passport is kind of your ticket. Nearly everything in China, you need to show your passport to get in. So be prepared if you are walking around China, visiting attractions that you pre-booked. Make sure you carry your passport around with you as your form of ID to get into all these places. And on this trip, we're obviously here as part of Pandaville, so all our attractions are included. So we're not paying to go in here. It's all part of the package that Pandaville offers. But if you are coming here independently, last time we came back in 2024, we purchased our tickets in advance via Get Your Guide. I will leave a link in the description down below to the Get Your Guide tickets as well. And there is a QR code on the screen here where you can get Your Guide tickets. And not surprisingly, I have a referral code for Get Your Guide as well, which is Travelshorts 5, which is on the screen here. And that will get you 5% off any purchase from Get Your Guide if you go via their app. And if you don't have their app already installed on your phone, again, I will leave a link in the description down below for that. Or again, there is another QR code on the screen here. I'm going to stop talking and promoting things now. Just going to wait for the rest of the group to arrive, then we'll go in.
And it was established in 1987.
Hurry, let's go.
Over 260 pandas. We have 202 red pandas living happily here. So while we're walking on this path, you can look on both sides of you. You can see what plant here around us. So this was planted here to mimic the natural environment pandas would have lived in. But no, these are not their food. The food supply we have here offered to the pandas are planted in a specific base, just as a food production site for the pandas. And they have to be tested twice a year by experts to make sure they're free of pollution or heavy metals, just to ensure that they can have good quality food.
We have got our first view of some red pandas. We had some really great views of the red pandas there. Red pandas are Holly's favourite, and I think I prefer them than giant pandas as well. And now we're going to head over to one of the panda nurseries. We are getting some amazing views of some baby pandas. So there's 2 twin pandas and its mother just playing right in front of us. Last time we came here, we didn't see any baby pandas at all. So this is a really great experience.
And this is an older section of our base. In our newer section, which was only opened in 2022, they have an even bigger place. So for each panda, they have around 500 square meters of space for them. Probably the smallest panda I've ever born. He weighed only 41 grams, weigh around 1 kilo.
Yeah.
If by 1 month is below 1 kilo, it's basically fully fed.
Okay.
So they can't really put themselves, so they need a massage. In captivity, in the things, the humans will help with that, especially if they are born as twins.
Yeah.
Because the mother can only nurse one at a time. Yeah. So they still need breast milk. We only had one case where a panda cub grew up entirely on formula. When they were around 80 days old, they basically drink around 100 milk per 8 hours.
Well, I've just learned something new. I found out that baby pandas can't, how to put it politely, defecate. They can't go for a poo themselves in captivity. The keepers kind of squeeze them out a bit, but in the wild, the mothers squeeze the poo out a bit. We've also just learned that what the teenage pandas do as well is they fight, they play, and they roll around in the dirt. So apparently teenage pandas get really dirty, and they even have a bath themselves. So I'm aware that I'm not really talking to the camera too much today. I think I'm just letting the videos of the panda do the talking for me. You are meant to be pretty quiet as well when you are viewing the panda, so I don't want to be talking to the camera too much. I want to be enjoying the view, and I hope you guys enjoy the view as well of all the pandas, which is absolutely amazing. We are now going to go and see a movie all about pandas in this huge kind of building behind me here. It's due to begin at 10:30 and the time is now 10:28.
People arguing that pandas is still very different from other bears. For example, all the other bears, they hibernate. Pandas don't. So they are thinking that maybe panda deserve its own family instead of being grouped together with other bears. Female panda is pregnant and was about to be due. They will find either a cave or just a tree bark like that, and will start to build a nest by getting feathers and hay and everything else to build a delivery room like that.
请按住按键跟我说话，说完记得松开。
喂，你有多高？
我们体型是胖乎乎的，头躯长120到180厘米，尾长10到12厘米。
哦，谢谢你，
坐着的时候高于
So we've just finished walking around the Panda Museum here. It kind of documents the evolution of pandas from 8 million years ago up until the present day. I didn't even know pandas were 8 million years old, so I've learned something new today. While we're waiting for the rest of the group to finish in the gift shop, this might be a good opportunity to promote my Instagram channel. These videos normally take me weeks or even months to edit, so if you're interested to know where we are, when we are, you can follow us on Instagram at Travelshorts. I post live updates wherever we are around the world. Promotional message over. Thank you. You ready, Holly? Do some experiments. Oh, we have come to a science room. And we are now going to do some experiments on some panda poo.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So if you haven't watched anything related to forensics, for example, like CSI, you understand that that's a very important part of crime scene investigation is forensics. You collect all sorts of traces, and it's actually a very established science that you can use these traces to work backwards to figure out who the culprit would likely to be, like their height or their shape, etc. We'll come back to our panda research. Of course, as we mentioned, pandas are very shy when they live in the wilderness, and they have very sensitive senses of smell and also very good hearing. That means in the wilderness, it's very unlikely that we humans are encounter them. Sometimes when they're doing field research, it may take them a whole month but found nothing at all. So instead of the pandas themselves, we look for their poo. We can know a lot of things from their poo. We can know whether they're male or female, roughly how old they are, or are they actually in their mating season. We tell all of this from the. So for each panda, their territory ranges from 3 to 6 square kilometers. It's huge.
比如说哈，我们一个人他住着一个100平方米的房子，
So if you think of it, if you say, okay, I have a flat or a house like covers around 100 square meters, then for a panda, a panda roaming around in the wilderness has over 100,000 of its houses to live in.
水分就非常大，那个准确性是相当的差啊。
So traditionally, since the 70s, we've been conducting field research of pandas, especially their population. This is conducted for each decade, and each of these research projects lasts for around 3 to 5 years. Initially, our method was rather primitive. We will select a investigation area, and we count how many pandas we can encounter in the area. Then we'll have a rough idea about how many pandas are there, and then we extrapolate that. But you can see statistically that leaves a very high margin of error. So really the statistics were not very accurate. So from the third field research project on, Professor Hu Jingchu, who you might have seen earlier in the museum, so he was deemed as the father of panda research in China. He developed a method called the fighting mark method. So instead of looking at actual pandas, we look for pandas excrement in the wilderness. And then we need to find those ones that composes most of bamboo stalk. Then we find the remaining in there, and we can measure the length of the bite. These pieces here actually were from this morning, so extremely fresh. You should still have a note of bamboo because it's not fermented enough yet. The green one would smell more like bamboo because it's primarily leaves.
Ollie, you ready to smell some panda poo? Okay. Yes, nice. What do you think? It wasn't as bad as you actually think. Stuff that come out of our cats is a lot worse than that.
It doesn't mean that it doesn't stink when you give it time, okay? So in the wild, when we look for phases like this, we'll still look for fresh ones. We are doing now literally is what the scientists would do in the wild. So the first task is to find fresh phases, which we just did. So you smell it. Okay, if it doesn't smell bad, probably it's fresh. And then you try to figure out whether it's fermented and so it's bamboo stalks. Then we weigh it. So for a piece like that, the lightest can be around 90 grams, and the heaviest can be around 180 grams. Now we're going to share a piece of that, and you can find the biting segments within it. Then we need to measure the length of the segment. You will see, and you will see on the whiteboard. So under 3 years, 20 to 30 millimeters. 3 years above, 35 to 37 millimeters, and when in a senior age, about 40 millimeters. So by that you can tell.
是不同的一个咬结的长度来测量哈。
Thank you. So our first task is to measure how long these strands of poo are with this caliper. Didn't expect this to happen today. So Holly's got to measure that piece of poo. So make that a bit wider. Bit wider. So that strand in the poo is, what's the measurement of that? Oh, there we go. 33, 31. So 31.2 long. Well done, you're a scientist now, Holly. Scientist of panda poo.
Another trick is that you can actually tell its rough age range from the size of its poo. This is still just some. If it's a grown up, the size of the poo will be even larger. So that's for the food part. Now we come to go to our microscopic part.
Yeah.
I've got some specimen here. Some of them are poo, and there's one special one here. It's from a panda's testicle.
Wow.
Just about yeah,
Wow.
no.
哇，这个爸爸，那个宾老师，这个爸爸手好稳。
Thank you.
For your dedication to the scientists at the start.
We have just finished in the panda base here in Chengdu. That was a really good experience. We saw some baby pandas, which the last time we came here, we didn't get to see any baby pandas. So I'm pretty happy about that. And we also saw the red pandas again, didn't we, Holly? Your favourites. And quite unexpectedly, I didn't think we'd be going into those labs to do some experiments on some panda poo. Yeah. Didn't know about that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head back to the hotel. Then we're going to go swimming in the hotel pool. We haven't been in there yet, and we've been looking forward to that for the last couple of days, haven't we, Holly? And then when we've finished there, we're going to head back into downtown Chengdu, go and explore a bit more, do some more shopping, because I know Holly wants to do some shopping, don't you? Yeah. And we're probably going to go to the biggest building in the world by floor space, which is here in Chengdu. It's called the New what's it called again, Holly? The New Century
Global Mall.
The New Century Global Mall. Like I said, that is the biggest building in the world by floor space. It's got a hotel in there. It's got a swimming pool in there, a whole water park, and many, many shops, restaurants, cafes, etc. And I'm quite looking forward to going in and taking a look around. We've just got back from swimming. Before we came to the room, we just went out to one of the local stores. Got a couple of ice lollies each and some crisps. Okay, I think I should have used Google Translate on this ice lolly I got. I opened the packet and it stank. So then I did Google Translate it and it's durian flavour. Those that don't know durian who are watching this, it's a fruit that's meant to taste really nice. I used to have a friend that was Malaysian and she used to say, tastes like heaven but stinks like hell. Don't say it stinks that much. It actually smells like pickled onions. Anyway, let's try it. You'll be the first to see my reaction. Yeah. No. The acquired taste. I don't think I'm going to be eating that. Ugh, no. So we have come down to the swimming pool here at the hotel. You've got to wear a swimming hat. We remembered that from last year when we were coming to these swimming pools in hotels in China. So we brought them again this year so we didn't have to buy any new ones. It looks like this swimming pool is actually just set up for actually swimming laps. So there's 3 different lanes and everyone's swimming up and down. You just come in here for a little bit of a play around, to be honest, not really swim. I'm not sure how long we're going to be here. We've relaxed in the room for quite a while. We're now heading back down to the lobby. We're going to meet the rest of the group and go for our dinner. We finished our dinner. That was really, really nice. As you saw, it kind of family style. So we were all sat around a round table. We were rotating tabletops so we could share all the food. I ate quite a lot. Holly didn't eat too much. You had some ribs, didn't you? Which is quite nice. We've now just come back to the hotel and we've ordered ourselves a DD taxi to take us to that New Century. What's it called, Holly, again? I always forget the name of it.
New Century Global Mall.
Yeah, the New Century Global Mall, which is the biggest building in the world by floor space. So we're going there to look for some things for Holly to buy. So it's a huge, huge shopping mall. I think I mentioned that earlier. DD Taxi is going to be picking us up in 2 minutes' time. While we're driving to the shopping mall, it might be a good time to tell you about today's video sponsor, Pandaville. So Pandaville are a bespoke small group tour company that specialises in family travel to China. And we're obviously on one of their trips now. They take care of all the logistics, which includes the flight from the UK, the accommodation here in Chengdu, the attractions we visited, the meals, like that dinner that we just went to then. They provide all that. They have in-depth knowledge around the Chengdu and China area. Vincent from Pandaville has been with us since we arrived at London Heathrow. Then once we got to Chengdu, we were joined by Holly. Not this Holly, another Holly who works for Pandaville, and they're with us all day, every day, making sure everything goes to plan, everything's smooth. We get to where we want to go when we want to go. So I would highly recommend them. Even though this is a sponsored video with them, I am really happy with the service that we've received so far. There's no faults whatsoever. And if you are interested in booking a trip with Pandaville, for all you viewers, they have offered a discount code. So if you type in Travelshorts when you check out on their website, there is a discount available. The full T's and C's and full information about that discount will be in the description down below. And if you do want to go to Pandaville's website, that link is also in the description down below. And there's a QR code on the screen here as well. So if you scan that QR code, you'll go directly to Pandaville's website. If you want to contact Pandaville for anything, more information, find out more about their tours here to China, there's another QR code on the screen here. That's their WhatsApp. So if you just message them on WhatsApp, they will reply to you as soon as they possibly can. Again, thank you to Pandaville for sponsoring this video. As we do have a 30-minute drive to the New Century Global Centre, might be a good time to tell you that I've created a travel guide to China. It contains all the tips and tricks we've learned along the way, not just for this trip, but a couple of years ago, me, Holly, and my son Matthew spent 22 days travelling throughout China, starting in Beijing, Shanghai, Chengdu, then Xi'an, Guilin, Yangshuo, and Hong Kong. It contains everywhere we stayed, all the attractions we visited, how to pay for things, how to order DD taxis like this, how to use VPN, how to use eSIMs, and everything else you want to know about China. It is 100% totally free. I want to ask you for your email addresses. I'm not like one of those people on YouTube and everywhere else that charge you for things like itineraries and guides. I believe the internet should be free. So you can download this guide totally free of charge. There's a link in the description down below. Or you can also scan the QR code on the screen here. Another QR code for you there. And once you scan that or click the link down below, it's an instant download. No registration, no nothing. Just download the guide and enjoy. And I hope it's useful. We have arrived at the New Century Global Mall here in Chengdu, the biggest building in the world by floor space. That taxi took about 35 minutes from our hotel and it only cost 39 yuan, which is about £4.30. Can you believe that? It was so cheap to get here. But now we're going to go inside, explore and see what's here. So we've got an interactive screen here where it has all the name of the stores. We're looking for something that Holly is going to recognise. So we're now going up to the third floor because there's a shop called, what's it called? Kids Share.
Kids with the shoe.
Kids something. So we're going to have a look there. After using that interactive map, it did give us directions how to get there. What's that? Imaginary world. Now, I wouldn't normally show something like this, but there's something in the men's bathroom that I've got to show you. It's a urinal that can tell your health by scanning that QR code, and I guess it gives you all that information. I haven't got a clue what any of it says, and I don't know if it costs either, but I'm not going to do that. Anyway, back to the shop. So it looks like we're getting so much stuff now. We've had to get a bag to carry everything in. Holly's carrying it over there. But the prices here in China are so much cheaper than they are back home. So we have made our first big purchase here in the shopping mall. That's quite a lot of stuff that Holly's carrying. And it only costs the equivalent of £14. You couldn't buy one of those back in the UK for £14. Maybe one of the squishies, okay. Let's keep looking. Also in this shopping mall, there is a water park. We're just going to walk over there now just to take a little look. But it does look like that section might be closed because it is quite dark here. But I want to try and look down, see if we can see the pool itself. And I think there's a hotel that overlooks it as well. So it does look like everything is closed in this area. I think that's the hotel over there. And definitely it's over there, actually. So we're just going to take a little look, see if we can see what it looks like. I doubt we're going to see much because it's pretty dark. Okay. So we couldn't really see anything, which is a shame. I would have liked to see what it looked like here. Anyway, let's continue shopping. I think we've got about 30 minutes before the whole shopping mall closes. So we've got ourselves a drink from Starbucks right behind us here. It's almost the end of the night, and Holly's going to take a picture over there. Very nice. So this is a strawberry refresher, acai.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of Holly's favourites. And I think we're going to head towards the exit actually now. Everywhere looks like it's closing up. So we have finished shopping here at the New Century Global Centre. All we need to do now is order ourselves a DD and get a taxi home to our hotel. So we are going to end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as we've enjoyed making it. If you are new here, my name's Mark, along with my daughter Holly. We make travel and theme park videos from around the world. And if you've enjoyed this video, please think about liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell button. I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Next time on Travelshorts China Adventure.